crafters, we're knitting today, so grab your 2 knitting needles and yarn and get comfortable. Today we'll learn how to cast on in knitting and how to make the knit stitch. Basically, knitting is composed of 2 stitches, which are the knit and purl stitch. So all those beautiful stitches in knitting are made up of these 2 stitches. This demonstration is for right-handers. I am a right-hander. We'll begin by making a slip knot, just as we did in crochet. What you want to do is wrap your yarn like this over your fingers, then make an X as we did in crochet, then pull up a loop like that. Ensure that this loop is not too tight or too loose, just make it snug. Then you can have a tail about 6 inches long. To cast on, simply wrap the yarn over your index finger, then scoop that loop. Wrap and then scoop. Then just pull gently, not too tight, not too loose, just make it snug. Scoop, wrap and scoop, wrap and scoop. Remember, if you're right-handed, the needle you're casting on should be on your right hand. Then the loops or the scooping to be done on your left hand. Scoop, scoop, and it's fairly easy once you learn the process of wrapping the yarn over your index finger. We'll make 15 cast on stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Cast on stitches. Then there's a beautiful ridge that has been formed as you cast on your stitches. With this ridge, we'll make sure that it's just neat and on one side. If you have it in different sides, it will give you a challenge while knitting. So make sure your ridge or your edge is just aligned and neat on one side. To begin knitting, we'll take our second needle and insert it. Let's just pull up these stitches to make it easy to scoop them. With the second needle, just insert below the first loop, under the first loop, then over to the left side to make an X. Let's do that again. Under the loop, then upwards towards the left side. After making your X, the yarn, wrap it over that needle and let the yarn pass through in between the 2 needles. Hold on to the yarn, then scoop up that first loop. As you scoop, transfer the first stitch you made over to the other needle. Just tighten up it. Let's do that again. Under, then upwards, then wrap the yarn over the needle, scoop that stitch and transfer that one to the needle. Let's do the third one. Just push them up a little. Under, wrap the yarn, scoop that stitch and transfer that first stitch. We've made the first 3 knit stitches. As you add rows, your fabric will get longer and longer. We'll do this till the end. See how it will turn out. Again, under, wrap the yarn, scoop out that loop, and transfer the stitch. Here's another beautiful ridge forming. So I'll do this till the end. This is the last stitch. It's the same that we've been doing all along. Under, upwards towards the left, wrap the yarn, scoop out that stitch. There we have it. Our first row of knit stitches is done. Doesn't have to be entirely perfect, but with time, with practice, you'll have beautiful stitches. Then you'll learn how to hold your needles and yarn. Let's make our second row. Transfer that needle over to the other hand. Again, insert your needle under that first loop, ensuring that your tail is on the left hand. Insert your needle, wrap the yarn, scoop up that loop, then transfer the stitch. Okay, have it. Again,
kick
below, over, wrap the needle, scoop up that stitch, and transfer the other one, ensuring that our ridge is nice and beautiful. Again. This is the second row of knit stitches. We'll do this till the very end. You can tell a few from the 2 rows they're forming fabric. Add on to the rows and you'll have a project as long as you'd like it to be. I've made a couple of rows of this. I'll just continue knitting, then we'll see how it looks like at the end. I've made several rows. I didn't count how many this were, but I enjoyed making this. I've been thinking of making a scarf, not just stop there for illustration, but I'll continue on making this knit stitch on every row. When you make the knit stitch, it forms a stitch known as the garter stitch, and with this stitch it's both the right side and the wrong side are the same. Looks pretty. I actually don't knit that much, even though I have experience in knitting. I mainly crochet, but I've been inspired to just knit. If you have been inspired like me, just continue on till you make your project as long as you'd want it to be. I'll make a scarf from this, a long scarf, and then I will show you how to cast off or to bind off your project. You just don't take off your loops. When you do that, your work will unravel. So next we'll learn how to bind off or cast off. Also, we'll also learn the purl stitch on the next tutorial. I'm hoping to make the knit stitch and the purl stitch on the same project so that you can see the difference between these two stitches. If you enjoyed my content, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, crafters.